Hello, this is a video tutorial on how to sew up the hospital style face masks. And my first tip to do this really fast is to have your supplies all lined up here. I have a basket of the rectangles for the masks, a basket of ties, and a bunch of the nose pieces. These are chenille stems, but it's better to use plastic coated gardening wire or ties, twist ties, because they handle the hospital sterilization better. But this is what I have right now, so that's what I'm using. And then you want to put your fabric with the rough side up. There's a rough side and a smooth side down, rough side up. And then take a tie, find the middle, and then do middle to middle, rough side up. And you just lay it on the top like that, matching up the raw edges here, and then fold that over to make your 1/2 inch casing. And then I start at the edge here, and I'll do a back stitch, and then I'm going to sew for 1.5 inches, and I know when to stop based on looks with my machine, but if you don't know where 1.5 inches is on your machine, you can always just add a piece of tape to the base of your machine here, and that'll give you a good place to stop. And so I'm making the end of the stopper for the nose piece right there by stopping and turning up and going to the top of the mask and then back down. And then I'm going to come across until I have about 2 inches left. I'm going to take my nose piece and make sure my ends are folded in, lift up my presser foot, and just slide that into the pocket. And if I have gone too far and I can't slide it into the pocket, you can use a seam ripper to poke it in, or you can, smoosh it down this way to poke it in, but that time I got it right. So I'm going to finish sewing past the end here, and then I'm going to turn and go up to the top to close up the pocket casing. Oh, got my wire a little bit. And then I'm going to sew to the edge here. About 1/8 of an inch away. And now I'm going to make my pleats, and I just eyeball them now. I know about how much to pinch with my fingers to get about 1/2 inch. It's not exact, but it gets close enough where it's more important to be speed and close to the right size than to be exact. So I do a pinch like this and sew until I've caught the fabric, and then a pinch like this again, and sew until I caught the fabric, and one more pinch, and I should have about 1 inch left here when I do the third pinch. So adjust, and then we take our second tie piece and do the same thing. You find the middle, put that middle rough side up in the middle of the mask, and flip it over. And then we're going to continue down the pleats to the tie area, and then sew across the tie on the bottom. Okay, I also have this great little foot that has markings at 1/8 of an inch, and so it makes it easier for me to tell where to stop and turn. So find tools that work for you. Put marks on your feet to show you where to stop. Now, when you're doing the pleats on the other side, I find you have to, it looks like it wants to pleat here, but it's actually, here, but it's actually, you have to roll it up a little bit this way for it to be in the right spot. Well, not that one, or I already had it in the right spot because I'm used to doing it now. But at first I found that I wasn't pleating them, I was pleating them too deep. And see, even this, I still did, I can tell. Because the third one is where you can get everything nice and squared up. So this to this is about the same width. It's also harder because I'm making a video. Okay, and then I back stitch at the end here, and I try to stop where I started so that all my thread tails are in the same place and I'm not having to hunt them down. It's just efficiency of movement here. And sometimes I get lucky and I can cut all 4 off at one time. and that's the mask. And so those pieces up here are already encased without having to go over a stitching area again. This is the rough side on the outside, pleats going down. Inside has the smooth side for both the ties and this part. And once you get going on this, you should be able to make a mask in under 5 minutes. I've gotten down to about 3 minutes a mask. Happy sewing!